Hey, it's me again. It's been a little while, probably about a month since I posted a video last. At that point, I was 1 week post-op, and I'm now 5 weeks post-op. So I had my RNY at the end of February, and right now I'm currently 40 pounds lighter than I was at that point. So I think that I'm, pretty happy with that. 5 weeks, 40 pounds is pretty good. I don't think I've ever lost that much weight in 1 month. So, no complaints there. It has been a bit of a roller coaster the last couple of weeks. The hydration is really important and it is really a struggle. It got hot a couple of days here. I drank the minimum required amount because it was really difficult for me to get water in at first. It just didn't sit well with me. So at that point, I drank what I had been drinking, which had sustained me just fine. But with the heat, I ended up getting dehydrated and I was hospitalized for 2 days for that. Once that cleared up, I was released, but the dehydration made it really difficult for them to get an IV put in. So after 7 attempts, they got one in. And a week later, I formed a superficial blood clot in my arm from all of the trauma from the IV attempts. So, dealing with that. It doesn't break off and cause any kind of, embolisms or anything. It's not a deep vein thrombosis, so it's not as bad as it could have been, but it is still uncomfortable and it is still there. So I just kind of have to wait until it dissipates on its own. So, like I said, I'm down 40 pounds from the surgery date 5 weeks ago, and I feel it more than I see it. My face has gotten a little bit thinner, and I can wear jeans. The last time I wore a pair of jeans was about 3 years ago, and that was a size 24. And at that point, I just stopped wearing jeans. I'm very short. I'm 5'3", so it seemed like the bigger around I got, the longer they got, and so they just became really uncomfortable. So 3 years ago, I just stopped wearing jeans and started wearing yoga pants, and they were stretchy and they just kind of grew with me, and so it was easier to do that. So one of my non-scale victories is being able to wear jeans again. So I fit into that pair of jeans this past weekend, so I was happy about that. Can't wait to get into smaller ones though. In terms of, rating your success, the scale is really good indicator in the beginning because you lose weight pretty quickly, but those little non-scale victories, the things that you see that you couldn't see before with your weight loss, those are the really important things because sometimes the scale will lie to you and tell you that you're not being successful when you really are. So, I can fit into a booth more comfortably now. I can walk around without getting winded more comfortably now. Like I said, I can wear the jeans. I'm fitting into clothes in my closet that I haven't been able to fit into in years. And those are the things that I think are really better markers to how successful you are being in your weight loss journey. Um, right now, I'm just starting to be able to eat a lot of meats and stuff. So I'm past the liquid and the pureed stage. That stage is really difficult. It's emotionally draining. You feel kind of outside of everyone else. And there's a lot of mental hunger because there's so many things you can't eat. And it's not just that you can't eat them, you don't know if you're ever going to be able to eat them again. So that social eating experience is really altered in the beginning, but at the point that I'm at now, between 5 and 6 weeks, everything kind of changes. You can eat a lot of the things that you want to eat. You have to make good choices because, there are a lot more things available to you. And I find that seafood tends to be something that I can eat really well. I can have shrimp and salmon and I tolerate it. I can eat any vegetable, and I never ate pickles before I had surgery because I just have never liked them. But since surgery, if I have an upset stomach or something doesn't sit well and I eat a pickle or drink some pickle juice, then it settles my stomach almost immediately. So I find that I probably eat a pickle every single day just because I really enjoy them now. So your taste buds do change quite a bit, and a lot of the meats that I eat, I can tolerate. The only one that I really don't tolerate very well, unless it's really like moist or has some kind of sauce on it is chicken. And I've always eaten chicken, so that is a little bit foreign to me. Eggs are also something I just cannot eat. I can't eat them any way, shape, or form. So I just avoid them at all costs because I get violently ill if I eat them. So I just don't eat them anymore. I had a little list because it has been so long and there have been so many different things that have happened in the last month that I wanted to kind of touch on. Most of that I already have. But one of the things is now that I'm starting to move into eating foods like meats and higher caloric intake, I really have to start exercising. So I'm going to start using the treadmill this week, and then I'm going to start doing some actual workouts and start exercising daily because it's a calories in versus calories out. If you're taking more calories in, you have to burn more calories if you want to see the results and a weight loss. So I'm at the point now where I'm going to really have to do that. Right now, I'm also at the point where I feel like I'm going to hit a stall. So just know that when you're going through this journey, that there are going to be times where you're going to lose weight really consistently and rapidly, and then there are going to be times where you're going to hit these places where you're not losing anything at all. So I think if you just up your calories for a couple of days and then drop them back down, that helps. And then I think if you exercise and try to get more water, and that makes a big difference as well. Another one of the non-scale victories that I've noticed is I was diagnosed with polycystic ovary syndrome a few years ago, and since I had surgery, I've had 2 menstrual cycles, which is probably TMI for a lot of people out there. But for those who have polycystic ovary syndrome, it is a good thing because now I know that my cycles are running normal, and it shows me that maybe some of the effects of that are reversing themselves. So I think that if you are curious about whether or not that will happen, it has happened for me, and hopefully it will happen for other people that have the surgery as well. So I mean, it's not a pleasant experience, but it's a natural experience, and I'm happy that my body is actually regulating itself now, and so I feel like everything's kind of falling into place. And the last couple of weeks, I felt really normal. I don't have the eating struggles I was having before. I don't feel like the social eating is difficult. I just make really healthy, good choices, high protein, low carbs. There's definitely an element of constipation involved after surgery. So I think getting Metamucil or Benefiber and trying that maybe every other day can help with that. Trying to eat fibrous foods and get your fluid intake in helps. Walking, exercise. If you take in too much fiber and you are sedentary, then it can cause constipation as well because it'll bulk up. You have to have the water and the movement to help move that system along. And then I'm afraid, if you take the Metamucil or, laxatives or something on a regular basis every single day, then you may become dependent on those to go to the bathroom. So this it's kind of a balance that you kind of have to play out. So I just don't really take anything, and then if I feel like I need to, then I'll just eat something high fiber or take milk of mag. And so I've had to do that once, but I see a lot of people that have like really extreme issues with constipation. So that's just something to keep in mind. Another thing is the vitamins. Before surgery, I would read the blogs, I would read all of the posts on the support groups on Facebook and everywhere else, and I would see people saying, stuff about taking vitamins, and I would be like, I am never going to skip my vitamins. I am going to take them religiously. I'm going to drink all my water. I'm never going to do this. I'm never going to do that. And 5 weeks out, there have been several times that I've missed my vitamins and I have felt it. So they're crucial to long-term success with the surgeries. The sleeve has had malnutrition research done on it, and there have been people who have been malnourished. The vitamins are just as important for people who are sleeved as they are for people who have gastric bypass. Gastric bypass, it is more severe, so it is extremely important for us to take them, but it's important for everybody. So regardless of what surgery you decide to do, you need to be taking your vitamins. They can cause malnutrition. At some point, my hair will start falling out because that is just part of having the surgery. I take biotin. I try to eat as much protein as I can. Protein is a huge contributor to loss of hair. And I firmly believe that the protein from your food sources is the most important protein that you can take in to avoid the maximum amount of hair loss. Protein shakes and stuff, the proteins are not the same, and so they are inferior to actual food proteins. And so I don't do shakes. My doctor is not a fan of them. They do not endorse them at all. And so I stay away from them and I try to get all of my protein from my food intake. But again, my protein requirements are based off of my height. So I'm supposed to take in between 55 and 60 a day, not, some of those outrageous, 100, 150s. For those people, you would have to do supplements because there's no way you could eat that much protein with the restrictions that we have with our stomachs. So, but yeah, this journey is it's going. So, like I said, 40 pounds in 5 weeks. I'm very happy about that. My husband is happy, because I'm happier, and he does little things. When he hugs me, he'll tell me I can feel it here, I can feel it there, or I've asked him for his input because sometimes I don't see it, and so it is nice to have somebody else see it with me. And he is so incredibly supportive and understanding, and he's actually started modifying his own diet because he wants to be healthy with me. And he has seen the struggle that I've been going through and feels like if I can do this, then he can make the changes that he needs to make to have a healthier lifestyle for our family. So it's a trickle down effect, and anybody can do it. It's considered the easy way out by a lot of people who don't understand the surgery. I don't think that people who have had the surgery would say it was the easy way out. It's definitely a tool, but at some point we will all get to this spot where exercise and diet are going to be the only thing that keep our weight off, and the lifestyle change is a commitment, and that is what's going to make or break you. That's what's going to make you successful or not successful. So if you're considering the surgery and you haven't gotten it yet, make sure that you really research all of the emotional aspects that are involved in it, and make sure that you're ready for that lifestyle commitment, because that is what is going to keep the weight off. All of us can lose the weight, but keeping the weight off is going to be the struggle. So hopefully I'll continue to lose, and hopefully you'll continue to follow. And I would love feedback, and I would love to follow any of you that are watching me. I would love to subscribe to your YouTube page. I mean, we're all in this together. This is definitely a journey that needs support, and no one can support you like people who have actually had the surgery. My husband is wonderful. I couldn't ask for a better support system from somebody who hasn't had the surgery, but there are aspects of it that he doesn't understand because he's not going through it. So, like I said before, follow me. I'll follow you. I'm also on Instagram under Ken's RNY wifey _ 7580. So feel free to follow me on Instagram. And again, I just wish everybody the best of luck on this journey. If you have any advice for me, being 5 weeks out, I would love to hear it. And I think that, again, like, we just need to be united and help each other. And I would love to see all the success that everyone else is having, and learn about everyone else's journey. So good luck on all of your endeavors, and I hope to hear from some of you soon. Have a great day. Bye.